Listen to the sound of the ocean. Isn't it amazing to see a giant ship floating on the water? But have you ever wondered, why doesn't a ship made of heavy steel sink? Let's discover the amazing science behind floating ships. Imagine placing a small metal spoon into water. What happens? It sinks. But a giant ship made of steel can carry thousands of containers and still float. How is that possible? The secret is not the steel. The secret is the air inside the ship. A container ship is mostly empty space. Inside are rooms, hallways, cargo holds, engine rooms, and storage spaces filled with air. This makes the whole ship much less dense than solid steel. There's a special force in water called buoyancy. Buoyancy is the upward push that water gives to anything floating. If the upward push from the water is greater than the weight of the ship floats. If the weight is greater than the upward push, it sinks. Every time a ship enters the water, it pushes some water out of the way. The water pushes back against the ship. The larger the ship, the more water it pushes aside. That upward push helps keep the ship floating safely. You might think adding thousands of containers would make the ship sink. But engineers carefully calculate how much weight the ship can safely carry. Every container is placed in the right position to keep the ship balanced. This helps the ship stay safe even on long ocean journeys. What happens if too much weight is added? If a ship carries more weight than it was designed for, it can become unsafe. That's why every ship has a special line painted on its side called the load line. The crew uses this line to make sure the ship is never overloaded. Here's something you can try at home with an adult. Fill a bowl with water, drop a small metal spoon into the water. It sinks. Now place an empty plastic bowl on the water. Even though it's bigger, it floats because it traps air inside. Ships work in a similar way. Ships help deliver food, medicine, toys, clothes, and many other things around the world. Understanding how ships float helps engineers design safer and stronger vessels for the future. Today we learned that ships don't float because they're light. They float because of science. Air inside the ship, the shape of the hull, and the upward force of water all work together. Science is amazing, isn't it? Thank you for joining me on another ocean adventure with Elijah Codes the Ocean. If you enjoyed today's video, ask a parent or guardian to subscribe so you won't miss our next adventure. See you next time as we continue exploring the incredible world of ships, oceans, engineering, and technology. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep coding the ocean.